Well, the ice is gone on the pond. The geese are back, which sucks. Spring is coming. We had a teaser on Monday. It was 70 degrees almost in Michigan, mid-Michigan. I loved it. And now today at 46 degrees felt cold. Damn it, why do you do that to me, Mother Nature? But anyway, we have Michigan basketball spring practices. Michigan football spring practices coming up. Michigan basketball is dominating on the hardwood. They are starting the Big Ten tournament as the 1 seed after winning the regular season by 4 games. Only happened twice before, a long time ago, and Michigan did it again this season. They will be playing on Friday. But we're 1 week away from spring practices in football, yes. And your team does not have to build up and create depth for 3 to 4 years anymore. They just don't. NIL and the transfer portal have allowed great coaches to win in year 1 or 2. They can bring in the coaches and best players from their previous stop freely now. So they already know the system. They bring them in. They get them up to speed with the new competition, and they win, a la Curt Cignetti. Now, to have a familiar, immediate impact is attainable for these guys, and it is for Kyle Whittingham. But look at Curt Cignetti at Indiana football. Look at Dusty May in Michigan basketball. They both won early in year 1. And then they both won the Big Ten championship regular season in year 2. In Cignetti's case, he won the national championship in year 2, which is crazy. We will see if Dusty May can follow up on that in basketball for Michigan. I hope he does. Fingers crossed. So, but this is a football preview here, and I want to do every position group and every position coach. And it's all going to be different videos. I tried to do a really long one with all of it and the schedule. My prediction, everything was 55 minutes. And YouTube didn't want me to upload that one for some reason. So, probably should have just went live for that. But I'm going to break it up into positions. And Michigan's preview, as spring practices are about to begin, Michigan has that new head coach in Kyle Whittingham. New, used for us. Great model. We loved him. We brought him home. He did it for 20 years. And he's still going strong. He was worth buying. He does a lot of things that Michigan values. Great defense, great offense, balanced offense. And he develops his players. He's a great hire. And he went, as a head coach, he went 109-70 at Utah. At Utah. That goes back to the Mountain West, the Pac-12, now the Big 12. He got Conference Coach of the Year awards, multiple, and a national one. He's only 66, and he has already developed a coaching tree. And some of those coaches have joined him in Ann Arbor, which we will talk about position by position as we go. We're going to name every position coach for every position and every player that coach has available here at Michigan for the 2026 season. We're back to coaching mattering. It matters more than the players in my mind, because you have to put them in good positions for the players to succeed. That's great. I love it. I'm not saying players don't matter. I'm just saying they need to be coached to matter. Michigan schedule and prediction will be the last video in this playlist. I'll try to remember to put all these videos in a playlist. I'm going to upload them probably all at once before spring practices start. Okay, let's start with the most important position group, in my opinion, and that is the offensive line. Yes, quarterback is secondary to the offensive line. Quarterback is nothing without the players around him. Jim Harding comes in with Kyle Whittingham to Michigan as the offensive line coach, having produced plenty of NFL talent in his past. He got Michigan's great offensive line room to stay as well after the new coaching hire, which was a feat in its own right. He likes to play 6 offensive linemen often, and that was his words in a press conference. So we need to be deep here in this position, but he wants an established starting 5, and that's what we're going to start with right now. Left tackle is going to be Blake Frazier, I believe, redshirt sophomore. He is 6'6", 295 pounds. One of the rare offensive linemen that we have on this team that is under 300 pounds. But he had 13 appearances last year, and these are heights and weights are from last season. They have not updated them yet. So 13 appearances for Blake Frazier. He had 8 starts last season for the University of Michigan. At left guard, I think Evan Link moves there. He's going to be a senior now. Experience. 6'6", 324 pounds. He has 20 career appearances in 18 starts. He had 7 starts last season. At center, Jake Guanara is going to go there. He's a junior this upcoming season. 6'4", 311 pounds. He was all Big Ten last year. He appeared in all 13 games for Michigan, had 10 starts. Nathan Afobe is a senior this upcoming season. He's going to be the right guard. Incumbent, that is. That's why we do practices. We'll figure it out. But 6'3", 312 pounds, 13 appearances for Michigan, along with 5 starts last season. And then at right tackle, I think the starter is going to be Andrew Sprague. He's going to be a junior, 6'8", 315 pounds. He was all Big Ten as well. Started 12 games and was also academic all Big Ten for Michigan. The 6th man, since he loves the 6th man, I think is going to be Brady Norton, a senior. 6'4", 312 pounds, 7 appearances, and 3 starts for Michigan last year. Now, we talk about the freshman class coming in. I don't expect any of them to start. First, before the freshman class, let's not forget about who's been waiting on the offensive line, Andrew Babalola. 6'6", 315 pounds. He's going to be a sophomore or a redshirt freshman. The former number 2 offensive lineman in that cycle is coming off injury, so he can make some noise here in the spring and fall and get a top starting spot on this line. Avery Gatch is 6'5", 308 pounds. He's going to be a sophomore. He appeared in 5 games as a freshman last season. And then Brooks Barr is going to be a senior, 6'5", 312 pounds. So a lot of experience, a lot of youth, but talent and size across the board here. They're a true freshman too. But like I said, I don't expect them to compete with the upperclassmen yet, but maybe they could. You have Mark Walbridge, who is an offensive tackle. True freshman he's going to be. 155th in the nation out of high school. Then the number 19 offensive tackle and number 2 from the state of Massachusetts. Offensive tackle Tommy Froman, 6'8", 265 pounds, little undersized as of right now. That's why he's the 26th offensive tackle, but number 8 out of the state of Illinois. Number 8 overall player. These are per 24/7 composite. And then inside offensive lineman Adrian Hamilton is 6'3", 290 pounds already. He's the number 72 inside offensive lineman. And number 5 player overall out of the District of Columbia, who gets their own special status because they don't belong to any one state. They're the capital, right? So there it is. This offensive line has size, like I said, experience, and they're going to be one of the things that we hold dear this upcoming season, whether Bryce Underwood is going to have to drop back and pass and he needs protection, or creating holes for the running backs. It's going to be special. So, there you go. There's the offensive line preview. We'll see how they do after spring. Next up probably is going to be quarterback, and then we'll see what happens after that. But, there will be a playlist in the order that I do these. So go check that out. Have a great day out there, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and go blue.